Okay, yeah. It's been a little bit of a crazy time coming back from Christmas. Yeah, a lot of I think there's just we gotta be ready for a lot of things that are out of our control that we just got to be ready to pivot and move and kind of keep you know keep your head on a swivel, ready to go. So excited about getting on a bus and going to Omaha and playing. I think our guys are. We're able to get somewhat healthy. We're able to get somewhat healthy enough to get out there and have some practices, and then we'll be heading on to Denver. Now, Omaha, I think, has gone through a little bit of the same that we have, from injuries to some sickness stuff. So, it's going to be interesting these next few games. I think all three of us, Denver as well, are going through a little bit of this. So, it, I don't really know what to tell you. I liked how we practiced this week, and it's good to have a somewhat of a full roster of guys back. And I'm excited to build off a little bit of what we started seeing in that North Dakota State game into some league play games, and so that's the biggest thing right now. Getting USD scheduled is awesome. I'm glad the league and the leadership in our league and at the universities in our league are looking for ways to try to get these games in. So we're excited about them coming up. We're excited about having that SDSU game set back up again as well. So it's just going to be busy. It's going to be hectic. We got to make sure we're doing a good job with our student athletes with rest and being smart about how we practice and what we do. But I'm glad they're doing it, because at the end of the day, these young people want to be playing games, and so we just want to do the best we can with that.
Hey, Paul, how important was it for the league to reschedule these games? With you having a young team, a lot of new faces, and cutting the practice time, etc., does that offset the challenges that those rescheduled games present?
Not in the sense that we would much rather have these games rescheduled than not, right? And so, like, there's challenges on both sides. But I think you want to if you're going to make a mistake on trying to get these games in, and I think they're putting in some guidelines to follow that don't overdo it over a couple week period of time. I think it's you can't have the 6 games in a 2-week period. I think we're going to have 5, and you know what? That's what we've had some injuries, and we've had this, and a lot of other teams as well. But these kids have also been practicing and doing stuff since June and July. They want to play their games. They want to get these games in. So anything we can do to help that, I think, has got to be the most important thing, and have that mentality towards it. And as long as we're doing it in a way that's not putting them in a difficult spot, so we just got to be smart as a staff and make sure we kind of handle the timelines correctly, I guess, to keep guys somewhat fresh and healthy.
How challenging is this for the staff? And then, nobody's gone through this before, with COVID and the way it's been the last 2 years. Do you have to change things in the staff, mentality, or way you do things doesn't while it's happened?
Yeah, even today's practice getting from Omaha, we made some drastic changes, because at the end of the day, we want to get out of practice and on a bus healthy. So I think you adapt, you overcome, you improvise. I think that's Heartbreak Ridge, right, Clint Eastwood? I think you got to keep finding ways to make the right decision, make the next right decision. Knowing that at the end of the day, we're trying to keep the best interests in our student athletes and put them in a position to be at their best. Is it challenging? Absolutely. We're all going through it. It's not tougher for us than it is for other teams. So we just got to adapt the best we can. And I guess if you make a mistake on the rest and recovery than trying to really overdo it at this point.
Coach, you talked about the progress that you made against North Dakota State. How tough is it to lose the in-game opportunities to build on it directly after that and have to wait so long to see that progress again?
Absolutely, especially with our roster and with our team. When there's things we're trying to build right now with confidence, with just getting some consistency. And it's hard to have consistency when you're not able to consistently work and you're not able to consistently have a schedule that you plan. So there's a lot of outside influencers. There's a lot of things that we can't control that are going on that disrupt it. And so that's frustrating. But in the same respect, we can't let that get us. You can't let that frustration get you. But it makes it more challenging. And again, that's for everybody. I think we've got some guys that are really starting to do some nice things and kind of fit in. I told Sotne after the last 2 games, he's right around 16 points a game. He's almost 8 rebounds. He's shooting 60% from the field, and those are things that don't surprise us. Those are things I think as a junior college transfer, as the season progresses, you see your transfers start settling in. Matt Norman, same deal. He's starting to settle in and get more comfortable and confident. So anytime you have a disruption, it's a disruption for everybody. You got a freshman in Paul Bruns, and you got experienced guys that a guy like Mitchell's going through some injury stuff, so he's been somewhat disrupted. But, between him and Bentu and Ethan, Brady, these guys have kind of been through it here. They've been through this league. They have a little bit better feel and knowledge of it. And so we got a lot of other guys going through it for the first time, and some of these guys are really starting to play pretty well. So we don't want the disruptions. We want to play. And so that's why getting the USD game on is awesome. Yeah, we get back from Denver on Sunday afternoon. Okay, well, they play, USD plays SDSU, I believe, on Saturday, and they'll be driving up, I'm sure. So, everybody's going through this stuff in tight turnarounds. So we just got to make the most of it and the best of it.